the singing of the national anthem. Could you please stand for the academic procession?
Australians, oh, let us rejoice, for we are one and free, with golden soil and wealth for toil. Our home is girt by sea. Our land abounds in nature's gifts of beauty, rich and rare. In history's page, let every stage advance Australia fair. In joyful strains, then let us sing, advance Australia fair.
Please be seated. Distinguished guests, I would like to invite Uncle Chris Tobin, representative of the Darug people, to offer the traditional acknowledgement of country.
Thank you. Warami Midiga. Hello friends and Nalawa, welcome. I belong to one of the local Aboriginal families of the Darug people, the traditional custodians over this part of the country. I wish to firstly pay my respects to the country and its people by acknowledging that we do indeed meet on Aboriginal land. This is Wallamata, the place of the snapper fish, an ancestral home of the Wallamedigal clan. I'd like to thank the university for their invitation to be with you today for this grand occasion and to join you in the acknowledgement of country. That acknowledgement is important for our people and much appreciated. My family in fact descend from Yarramundi, a respected elder and cleverman from the neighbouring Burraburungal clan during the early years of colonisation. He saw that our survival in this new world could best be secured if we could learn more about it. And so he enrolled his daughter, Bullangai, or Maria as she is known, into the Native Institute, a school set up in 1815 by Governor Macquarie, offering formal education to Aboriginal children. Maria studied there for several years and used her newly acquired skills to lobby and eventually secure some land for herself and her family out along the Richmond Road. Other Aboriginal families soon joined them there, seeking refuge during the brutal displacement of our people throughout the 1800s. The place soon became known as the Blackstown, where the present-day city of Blacktown gets its name. We are very proud of her, as I'm sure your families are of you here today. And with good reason. Your success is our success, your advancement, our advancement. Now that was probably better understood in more traditional times when camp groups were smaller and clans abided by strict sharing laws, which meant the food that you caught and brought back was distributed throughout the rest of the camp. Your skills and good fortune were thus enjoyed by all. Your efforts literally nourished the rest of the community, and you in turn were looked after by them. Yes, we can live quite beautifully when we work together. Our Aboriginal ancestors certainly lived well in many respects, and I use occasions like this to offer them to yourselves as a model or a benchmark on how good to expect our lives today. You see, when Captain Cook arrived here just a little over 250 years ago, he described the people he encountered as one of the happiest people he'd ever met. They owned nothing, he wrote, but the tools they carried. They were naked, made their shelters from the bark of trees without cutting them down, and fed their families from the earth without excessive tilling or clearing. There was no slavery, no rich and poor, and no homelessness. Armies were unheard of, as were forts, jails, or even fences. People cooperated to collect the resources that were needed, which were then shared out according to strict Aboriginal law. Our lands are maintained in their natural state through fire and responsible harvesting. Our rivers and waterways kept clean and unpolluted, with people drinking out of them, as they have done here in Wallamata for the past 30,000 years. So please consider, this is not some yet-to-be realised dream or an ideal. This is normal life for us and for the longest time, and not that long ago. So there is no real good reason why we should expect less for ourselves and our children than what our ancestors enjoyed. Admittedly, there's a lot more of us. However, we are a clever people, and there's still much magic in the world, I like to believe. So graduates, I would say expect great and wonderful things from your life. Life is good, we are naturally happy, and normally very good at looking after each other and the earth. I would just suggest that you share your skills with the rest of us where you can, and keep following that beautiful spirit within you that got you this far. Do it, and I'm confident we can put together a world we can be proud of and a future that is worthy of our children. We can all do our bit. I'll do mine now by finishing up and letting you graduate. Just want to say congratulations to all of you. Have a wonderful day and all the best in our collective futures. Thank you. Yana.
Distinguished guests, I am pleased to introduce Pro-Chancellor of Macquarie University, Distinguished Professor Leslie Hughes.
Thank you, Belinda. And thank you, Chris, for that warm acknowledgement of country to this unceded Indigenous land. Your presence here today adds great significance to this ceremony. Thank you. Colleagues, guests, families and friends of our graduates, and most importantly, all our graduates, it's my honour and a pleasure to welcome you here to this graduation ceremony today. I bring our graduands and guests a special greeting from the members of our University Council, which is the governing body of the university. It's our hope that today is a very happy and memorable occasion for all of you. Before we get on to the formal part of the ceremony, I see we have a number of young children and babies with us. They are most welcome. We don't expect young children and babies to stay quiet and still for this whole ceremony. So please don't feel, if you are in charge of them, that you have to rush outside. They are welcome to attend the whole ceremony, if you're willing to have them. Well, today is a milestone day. Today we celebrate the wonderful achievements of those of you who are about to graduate. Completing a degree is never easy. It requires an intelligent and inquiring mind, determination and perseverance. And you have all made many sacrifices along the way in pursuit of this goal. You have worked very hard to get to this point, and you should feel proud of what you have accomplished. We, as a university, are just as proud of your achievements, and I'm pleased to be able to congratulate you, each and every one of you. I also want to especially welcome the families, supporters and friends of our graduands here with us today. The fact that you have been invited here by one of our graduands to share in one of the greatest days of their lives is proof positive as to how important an influence you have been in their lives thus far. So to our invited guests, congratulations and thank you so much for celebrating this great day with us. Our graduates may not realise it, but we are about to participate in one of the world's oldest social rituals. Graduation ceremonies like this one have been occurring for about 800 years. Since the earliest graduations, the ceremony has remained a defining feature in the life of virtually all universities and their students. Of course, Macquarie is not one of those ancient universities. In fact, we are just over 50 years young, but nonetheless, we are very proud to take part in this time-honoured ceremony today. We also know that youth has its advantages. Macquarie is a modern and outward-looking university. We enjoy an enviable reputation for world-leading research excellence, research engagement and impact. We are continually progressing and extending our research, our partnerships, our course offerings and our facilities. We have a proud tradition of innovation and discovery, and our pioneering approach is built upon a collaborative and connected learning community. And of course, we are also very proud of this beautiful campus, albeit in the rain today. We have over 234,000 graduates living in more than 150 countries across the world. We are looking forward and we're on the move. And of course, so are you. But the things we value so much about Macquarie, however, will not change. The friendliness, inclusiveness and approachability of our staff and students is often commented upon by visitors to the university, both from Australia and overseas. This is inherent to our culture and we intend that it will always be so. Remember, you will always be welcome here. Macquarie will always also be a leader in learning and teaching and a leader in the accumulation of wisdom, knowledge and understanding. However, our collective journey is about building community, where we have shared values, where we share things in common, and where we care about each other even when our views diverge. In other words, an ideal community of scholars. Distinguished guests, academics and professional colleagues, and most importantly, our graduates, I offer you the warmest of welcomes to Macquarie University on this grand occasion. In just a few minutes, it will be my very great honour to confer your degrees upon you and welcome you as lifelong members of that community of scholars we proudly call Macquarie University. Before we get going on the formal bits though, just a few little words. Most of the graduates here today will only do this once, so if you are their supporter in the audience, by all means, don't just clap. You can yell, you can scream, you can whistle. Make them feel special. Because indeed, of course they are. To the graduates, as you walk across this stage, sometimes I think people look like they're facing a firing squad. Some people look so nervous. Try not to be so nervous. If you fall over, someone here will pick you up and help you along. This is something we hope you will enjoy. And just one small extra thing, which I should have told my academic colleagues previously, for my academic colleagues that have a PhD student here, that they are the supervisors of, we will also invite you to be part of the photographic business later on. But before we get to all of that, it is now my great pleasure to introduce our occasional speaker, Emeritus Professor Michael Johnson, who I've personally known for a very, very long time. Michael is Emeritus Professor of Mathematics and Computer Sciences here at Macquarie and a Professor in Engineering at the University of New South Wales. We will forgive him for that. He served at Macquarie for 32 years. They tell me that's a round number for computer scientists. He was the longest serving Professor of Computing that the university has ever had. We should actually be giving him a medal, not just making him give a speech. And he continues to work here in his emeritus capacity. In the university, he served, amongst other things, as the head of computing, the Chair of the Academic Senate, a Member of Council, and as Director or Scientific Director of 3 major externally funded centres. Outside of the university, he was over more than a decade the Australian Computer Society's Board Director for Professional Standards, responsible for standards, ethics, certification and accreditation in ICT nationally, and he now chairs the Disciplinary Committee responsible for enforcing those professional standards. Internationally, he was until last year the chair of the Seoul Accord, that's Seoul in Korea, not the other sort, with responsibility for the coordination and cross-recognition of accredited ICT degrees in many of the major economies. He has an international research reputation and multiple international research responsibilities. Michael is a fellow of several professional societies, an advisor to the Australian Council of Professions, and a strong advocate for professionalism in ICT. He has been engaged in many industrial consultancies and is currently leading an industry-funded project linking multiple universities, including Macquarie, to advance Australia's high-level cybersecurity capacity. Please join me in welcoming Emeritus Professor Michael Johnson to give the occasional address.
Pro-Chancellor, colleagues, graduands, diplomats, guests, what a day. It's the culmination of years of work, and I have admiration for you in achieving it. It's also, for many of you, a doorway, a portal, if you like, onto another aspect of life, onto another aspect of your career. And one of the things universities do to celebrate those things is they find an old person, I think I've just been officially declared old, who's had an interesting career, and I have had a very interesting career. And they ask that person to come before you and to look back from a long way on the other side of that portal at their own career and to see whether they have any reflections or advice or interesting things to offer to people who may be closer to beginning those careers. So that's what I'm here to do today. I'm going to start with something I think we probably can all agree on. IT has changed the world and is continuing to change the world. I could give you lots of examples, but I'm sure you could give me lots of examples. Let's just assume that. That means your careers in IT are going to be exciting and varied. They're going to take you places both metaphorically and practically that you might not expect. For myself, I've been lots of places you might expect. Between here in North Sydney are many of Australia's IT companies and high technology companies, and I've worked for one and worked with several of those. Other places in Australia, Southeast Asia, sure, Europe, North America, but lots of places I would never have expected. So I've worked, for example, in Manaus. Manaus is a wonderful old 19th century city, as isolated as any, I don't know, pick a town in Western Australia, but not isolated by desert, isolated by rainforest. It's about 2,000 kilometres up the Amazon in more or less the middle of South America. I've worked in Japanese boardrooms of high-level companies where there is extraordinary formality that makes you think about social structures and indeed about corporate governance in an entirely different way. I've worked in volcanic islands like the French island of La Réunion near Madagascar. Worked in the Middle East. In fact, on one occasion, I feared I was being abducted in the borderlands, the vacant, isolated borderlands between the UAE and Oman, when the driver, who only spoke Arabic, suddenly turned left off the main road onto a goat track and disappeared up into the mountains. If you want the end of that story, I'll tell you later, but it's got a good moral for IT security. One last one, I've worked in the Azores, which is the furthest you can possibly be from Sydney if you want to be on this planet and standing on land. Everywhere else in the world is closer. You end up in all kinds of strange places when you do IT. I'm saying all that because I'm trying to point out to you that IT, critical thinking and strong, sophisticated analysis is an international superpower. If you have those things, which you will after a few years of work experience on top of this degree that's aimed to develop that, you will be able to work in many, many different places. Okay, that's geography. What about technology? One of my first technology jobs, I had a very minor role, was installing a local area network. And most of you should think, I can do that. Most of you have done 2250, know all about local area networks. We actually found it quite hard. It was only when the history was being written later that I learned that that was the first installation of a local area network anywhere in Australia for a retail enterprise. And it brought together all kinds of possibilities about what computing could do in retail that was not possible before. And I feel like I just have to remind you of what life was like back then. Computers in those days plugged into the wall, but usually nothing else. Maybe a printer, but that was it. They didn't talk to one another. And once we had that network, all kinds of different things happened. Not long after that, I worked in pacemakers. And that was at the time when it was entirely new, this idea of embedding technology in the human body. And there were all kinds of complications about that, like if the patient deteriorated a little bit, we needed to reprogram the pacemaker. And you couldn't, at least didn't want to, get surgeons to come and open them up so we could plug it in and twiddle some dials and things. And there was no Wi-Fi. We couldn't communicate with the pacemaker in the normal sorts of ways. There's lots more. I could tell you about telecommunications. I actually worked in fossil fuels before we realised that they were very bad for the planet. I worked in transport, I worked in health. The point I'm trying to make is that superpower I was referring to of yours is not only geographically a great opportunity to be working in lots of different places, it opens up lots of different industries for you, and you'll probably be working, as I was, with technologies that are cutting edge without even realising it's cutting edge, right? Our job as professionals is to solve new problems using new technologies. That almost adds up to being cutting edge. Okay, so far I've talked about geography, technology. The really important one is people. And I need to talk about this because sometimes there's people who think IT people spend their time sitting at their desk with a computer. And that can happen a little bit sometimes in your first year or two, just sometimes. But really, IT is a people business, okay? It's the clients, the users, the society that we serve all along they're what really counts, and they're what we have to be focused on. And I do have just a couple of suggestions for new IT people about interacting with people, because IT people aren't always renowned as the most communicative at the beginning of their careers. So here are two suggestions. One is be humble. You have superpowers, but so do other people, and we need to share these superpowers and be humble and the people who really matter, those clients and users, are the people who are most important. We need to be humble in our interactions with them, even though we have these amazing superpowers. The second one is, actually I could summarise it as, don't be too humble. But let me say why. You'll be working in teams, and our job is ideas. Our job is to share ideas. IT is a very flat management kind of discipline, and so you have an opportunity, even when you're the most junior member in a team, to take a leadership role, to be able to offer ideas that could redirect the team. And doing that, showing the way you think, showing what you can do, is what often helps to really establish you as a good thinker and open up for you new opportunities in your future. So, humble but not too humble. Okay. I have just one more thing I have to say, and maybe you heard some of it in the bio. IT people are professionals. Not in the sense of legislation that stops other people from being that kind of professional, okay? Not in the sense of regulated professions, but in the sense, the technical sense, that IT people have a big knowledge disparity between themselves and their clients. And, like doctors or surgeons, IT people can make decisions, and more nowadays are making decisions that have big life impacts on those clients. So we have a special responsibility to be acting in the interests of our clients ahead of our own or our organisation's interests. And we need to keep that in mind. This is a really special time in professionalism in IT, and I'm almost embarrassed to mention a few of these things, but I think I should. Some of you might have seen the recent dramatisation of the British Post Office IT scandal. He looks around to see whether people nod, and that's been recently shown here. It was a terrible thing some years ago. More recently, in Australia, more locally, we've had robo-debt. Both of those actually resulted in people losing their lives, and people who did survive through them being massively traumatised, and both of them were the result of IT. In one case, IT that didn't work properly. In another case, IT that did work properly, but what it was told to do was a silly thing to ask it to do. Even more dramatically, we've had 2 Boeing 737 Maxes crashed by the software in the plane. By the way, again there, the software was working properly. The point I want to make is we are using software in ways that really critically affect people's lives, more and more nowadays. We need, as professionals, to be thinking about the situation in which we're using that software. And that includes how it's used in society, what the environment is it's working in, not just does it meet the specs that we were given, which is the way people sometimes write code. Why did I say it was a special time? Well, first, because that's becoming much more serious, but also because the world just now is letting us get away with it. In all those things I mentioned, no one's rushing to blame the IT people. If they were doctors doing things that were resulting in deaths, even if they had a management that was bad or a hospital that was behaving badly, they would be blaming the doctors, because as professionals, we have a responsibility for the environment in which we're working and for thinking in a much bigger picture than just how does our code work. So, I really want you to have a wonderful career doing amazing things that who knows what they're going to be. It's going to be really exciting. Do be humble. Don't be too humble. And remember to behave like a professional. Thank you.
Michael, thank you so much for that inspiring and really brilliant talk, actually. And he really didn't have any notes at all, I could see. You've talked about a career taking you to unexpected places and unexpected roles, and I hope all of our graduates here today are excited about their future careers after listening to that talk, and hopefully you will lead a career that is as exciting and diverse as Michael's. And of course his conclusions, to be humble but not too much, be professional, are things that we should all take away. And I've also taken away, I've written, and never get on a plane again. Seriously though, please join with me in thanking Michael for a wonderful speech. As Pro-Chancellor of Macquarie University, I especially look forward to presiding at ceremonies such as today's and conferring degrees on those who have complied with the university's requirements for such awards. I now call on our Acting Registrar, Dr. Belinda Tiffin, to formally certify the eligibility of those who have met the requirements for these awards. Belinda.
Pro-Chancellor, I certify that all of the candidates being presented here today and those who are absent have satisfied the requirements of the Academic Senate for the degrees they are to be awarded. Would all candidates for admission to degrees please stand? That's you in the funny hats and the black dresses.
In the name of Macquarie University Council and by my authority as Pro-Chancellor, I admit each of you present and those who are absent to the degrees for which you have qualified. Congratulations.
Graduates, please be seated. Pro-Chancellor, the graduates at this ceremony are from the Faculty of Science and Engineering. I now call on Professor David Coutts, Deputy Dean, Research and Innovation, Faculty of Science and Engineering, at the Faculty of Science and Engineering, to present the graduates. Professor Coutts.
Pro-Chancellor, the graduates at this ceremony are from the Faculty of Science and Engineering. We are a dynamic faculty driven by the spirit of discovery, striving to nurture the next generation of science and technology innovators. We endeavour to be the best for the world. We deliver world-class education to enable our students to reach their full potential and work with our communities to discover and innovate with sustainability at our core. We have a wonderful mix of science and engineering together in a single faculty, which means we can conduct research from fundamental science through to developing new technologies for the 21st century. I'll give you just a few examples of the exciting work underway in the faculty. In our School of Natural Sciences, our researchers have developed a science-based system for managing rivers, which is now used all around the world. And researchers in our Centre of Excellence in Synthetic Biology are engineering microbes to turn agricultural waste into sustainable products, building a new bio-based economy. Astronomers in our School of Mathematical and Physical Sciences are answering big questions such as how the atoms that make up us all were forged in the explosions of ancient stars. They do this using instruments built here at AAO Macquarie. The AAO is a dedicated team of scientists and engineers who make specialist equipment to work with the world's largest telescopes to enable astronomers to explore the cosmos. In our School of Computing, our researchers make fundamental advances in security and cryptography so that we can trust the information technologies that our lives now so depend upon. In our School of Engineering, we are helping to build the next generation of communications technologies, such as 5G and 6G mobile networks. In our Department of Applied Biosciences, we work closely with our industry and government partners to develop solutions to solve challenging problems, such as how to prevent the Queensland fruit fly from devastating fruit crops across Australia. Pro-Chancellor, I present to you the graduates from the Faculty of Science Engineering who have admitted to the degrees or awarded diplomas. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Diploma of Information Technology, Stephen Chang. Corey Jun Lim. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Arts and Bachelor of Information Technology, Max Charles. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Cognitive and Brain Sciences and Bachelor of Information Technology, recipient of the Macquarie University Award for Academic Excellence, Evelyn Shukman. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Commerce and Bachelor of Information Technology, Kabishan Chandrasekhar Nadar. Trushal Gohil. Isaac Johnston. Samuel Kleemeyer. Stephen Lynn. Amanda Martinenia. Moses Nadaraju. Salman Rafiq. Dylan Su. Connor Whitfield. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Information Technology and Bachelor of Actuarial Studies, recipient of the Macquarie University Award for Academic Excellence, Madison Lynch. Shin Min Tan. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Advanced Information Technology, Daniel Ahmed. Alfred J. Concilio. Connor McGrath. Andrew Thompson. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Information Technology. Jalaj Agarwal. Anne Marie Agda. Christian Alcantara. Daniel Amin Ramanmu. Arib Ansari. Yu Rim Bak. Manav Barot. Monk Edena Bachulun. Isabella Barth. Caitlin Bell. Liam Caden. James Coletti. Jaden Camacho. Dwi Kwa Sal. Joshua Chan. Darren Chern. Mustafa Chitalwala. Ethan Chong. Hannah Chong. Shovik Chowdhury. Fuhad Ahmed Chowdhury. Mark Clemeno. Janie Dahi Walker. Jeremiah Dharma. Rowan Davenport. Nikhil Kavit Du Silva. Ethan Dennis. Patrick Dijon. Daniel Damlu. Henry Fu. Luca Fuda. Johnson Garley. Adrian Goulet. Justin Green. Lewis Griffith. Mitchell Gruber. Raphael Gouda. Yutran Han. Joshua Howard. Shinjia Hua. Celine Hurriyet. Nushat Zahin Iftikhar. Rachel Jacob. Wasi Ul Husseini Jafri. Cassandra Johns. Emma Kalen. Priyam Kandiban. Minjir Khan. Abyan Kapoor. Inho Kim. Yu Ku. Christian Kumanis. Varun Krishnagiri. William Lam. Anne Latif. Justin Ling. Yi Lu. Eric Jarjan Law. Janelle Malyari. Nathan Martin Star Oliveira. Samuel Mather. Andrew McRoberts. Justin Russell Miralpreth. Lachlan Muir. Manon Munoz Farada. Jack Nagel. Kathy Newen. Juan Quinn Wayo. Recipient of the Macquarie University Award for Academic Excellence, James Newer. Tien Neo. Rawan O'Day. Alfonso Pascual. Monan Kumar Patel. Alex Hearn. Noah Penza. Sakiat Pedwell. Recipient of the Macquarie University Award for Academic Excellence, Lei Min Pham. Sapna Pinnapola. Liam Hu. Mashfikur Rahman. Thomas Rakulich. Paula Rayatagui. Alexander Roden. Arish Sadruddin. Tonmoy Saha. Recipient of the Macquarie University Award for Academic Excellence, Joshua Santos. Miliana Shrestha. Junho Sim. Timothy Simon. Eshan Singh. Ravi Inder Singh. Aaron Sukse. Ashley Suter. Mansib Tustuk. Ashish Tapa. Michael Tyson. Alex Tran. Kevin John. Alana Vergara Sanchez. Carter Ward. Alexander Warnaker. Declan Welch. Richard Wibowo. Jack Wilkins. Raymond Wong. Yash Yadav. Yeo Min Yoon. Garen Zaitunian. Ming Ming Zhao. Jun Hong Ju. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Information Systems Management. Manish Bhatia. Dwani Mayank Dalal. Srivatsa Gunjlapet Harish. Shamana Ferdels Hock. Shobnam Islam. Sharon Raju Mamitu. Tanya Makirima. Millie Shrestha. Hu Tang Tran. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Information Technology in Cyber Security, Yusuf Aboud. Akash Ali. Leah Angelica Bukat. Xavier Komabig. Kalb Haider. Wilbert Dwiputra Indra. Benjamin Jesse. Matthew Talim Foning Lepcha. Sayeda Ramisa Masoom. John Daniel Parla. Trixie Na Omo Kawai. Bibek Shrestha. Chirag Singh Sikawa. Soumya Sripati. Maunika Upharapale. Parus Yadav. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Information Technology in Networking, Mohammed Ahmed Baig. Purva J. Bhagyashree Bhatt. Rohan George. Leon Muruga Mwangi. Pro-Chancellor, a higher degree by research is awarded to a graduate who has successfully completed a program of study in which the defining characteristic is research. Our Master of Research is a 2-year full-time equivalent research training degree consisting of a research-based coursework, postgraduate research training and a major research project. Graduates are focused on a specific research topic to produce a thesis of up to 20,000 words in preparation for a doctoral degree. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Research. Ong Jo Ted for a thesis entitled Building a Dataset and Exploring Low-Resource Approaches to Natural Language Inference with Myanmar. For our research graduates, their supervisors are joining on stage for a photograph, just as a reminder. Siddharth Kaushik for a thesis entitled Robustness Analysis of Machine Learning-Based and Hashes-Based Malware Detectors. Yoon Seung Yu for a thesis entitled Social Event Detection with Reinforced Deep Heterogeneous Graph Attention Network. Guowei Zhang for a thesis entitled VAE iForest Variational Autoencoder Enhanced Isolation Forest for Deep Anomaly Detection. The Doctor of Philosophy is awarded to graduates who have demonstrated the capacity to conduct research independently by forming a distinct contribution to the knowledge of the subject and to afford evidence of coherence and originality shown either by the discovery of new facts or by the exercise of independent critical power. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Dr. Andrew Edwards for a thesis entitled The Use of Information Systems Artifacts and Expertise in a Study of Prediction in the Strategic Management of House Fires. Dr. Michal Kipovsky for a thesis entitled Privacy Enhancing Technologies for Identity and Access Management. Dr. Daniel Oja for a thesis entitled Security Policy to Manage Response to DDoS Attacks on 5G-enabled IoT Devices. Dr. Nan Wu for a thesis entitled Privacy Preserving Data Sharing with Machine Learning. Dr. Yang Zhang awarded the Vice-Chancellor's commendation for a thesis entitled Towards Citation Function Classification and Natural Language Processing Perspective. The degree was awarded jointly supervised with Wuhan University under a co-to-tell PhD agreement. Pro-Chancellor, that completes this afternoon's presentation of the graduates from the Faculty of Science and Engineering.
Pro-Chancellor, I call on Shin Min Tan, who graduated with a Bachelor of Information Technology and Bachelor of Actuarial Studies, to speak on behalf of the graduating group. Shin Min Tan.
Good afternoon, Pro-Chancellor, members of the University, fellow graduates and guests. I'm very honored to be given the opportunity to speak on this day. I would like to congratulate all my fellow graduates who have triumphed over countless obstacles to reach this remarkable achievement today. During my studies, I was easily overwhelmed and used to freeze under pressure. However, one advice greatly inspired me, which is to take life one step at a time. I remember my first programming assignment was to build a game, and the expected product seemed way too advanced to me that time, and I thought I could never pass the assignment. But when I wrote the codes line by line, step by step, gradually the object appeared on the screen, and not long after, it started moving in different directions. Eventually, the whole game is completed, passing all requirements, and my friend could not even stop playing it. My friends, isn't life just like that? We all have faced tasks that seem impossible, exams that appeared daunting, and dreams that felt distant. Not to mention juggling between work, studies, extracurricular activities, and relationships all at the same time. As an international student, there are also additional challenges such as cultural and language barriers. But whenever I felt overwhelmed, I told myself to take just one step at a time. Break the task into pieces as small as possible, such as to complete just one sentence of the assignment, or to smile or maybe talk to just one person in the event, or even to pause and breathe for 30 seconds. Then I move on to another step, and then another. With the grace of Jesus my God, and the support from my family and friends, in the blink of an eye, I have completed the degree. The path to this moment has been marked by countless steps. Each step, no matter how small it is, has been a collective part of our journey and an unforgettable memory. Moving onward, there will be times when we find life is hard and the end is nowhere to be found. We might be experiencing disappointments in job seeking, the stress of work, or the uncertainty of the future. The mountain might seem hard to climb. But friends, I want to encourage us all by taking one step at a time. Very soon, we will realize we have made it to the top of the mountain. To our families, friends, lecturers, and staff from Macquarie University who have supported us throughout this journey, thank you for being our pillars. Without your support, we would not have come this far. To my fellow graduates, may your journey be filled with purpose, joy, and courage to take life one step at a time. In the pursuit of our passions and ambitions, let us not lose sight of the beauty in the journey itself. Thank you, and may our steps lead us to wonderful destinations.
Thank you so much, Yin, for your reflections, for reminding us all to take one step at a time, because after all, what else can we do? Wishing you all the very best in your future stellar career. Please join with me again in thanking Jen. Thank you. And that aria was O mio Babino Caro by Puccini, sung by the magnificent and very, very spangly Angela Brewer. Angela is the founder and artistic director of Coast Opera Australia. Please join with me in thanking her again. I also have a few more thank yous. So firstly, our other musicians over on the organ, Heather Moen-Boyd. Thank you, Heather. And on the Chinese transverse flute, Dr. Chai Changning. Thank you. I'd also like to thank some representatives of our alumni community that volunteer at these ceremonies and help it all work smoothly. Would they stand up over there so we can thank them also? Thank you. And finally, there are some people we need to thank that we don't see. They're our technical staff who ensure that these proceedings can be seen and heard, not just by you all here today, but also for those watching the event on the live stream. Thank you to our technical staff. Now, graduates, none of you fell over. This ceremony marks a change in your relationship with Macquarie University, but it is certainly, we hope, not the end of your association with us. From today onwards, you are part of the bigger Macquarie family. We look forward to seeing you back on campus, to attend alumni events, to possibly undertake further study, or to simply appreciate the beautiful surroundings and reminisce about the good times you had as a Macquarie University student. Graduates, the award of a university degree carries many opportunities and privileges, but like all privileges, it also carries responsibilities. We urge you to commit to lifelong learning and inquiry. We urge you to set ambitious goals for yourselves. We urge you to continue the hard work that has already brought you this far. And remember that the world is not only changed by the great leaps forward of an Albert Einstein or a Marie Curie, but by the many contributions, small and large, of people just like you. At Macquarie, we pride ourselves on developing each and every one of our students into engaged community citizens and leaders. So we urge you all to give thought always to what you can do for others along the way. You don't have to do much at times to make a real difference to somebody else's life. A kind gesture or word can mean an enormous amount. Our hope is that as graduates of Macquarie University, you will use what you have learned here, not only for your own benefit, but also for that of the community. And in all you do, we charge you to uphold the good name of Macquarie University. It's always our hope that you will always remember the people that you have been helped by along the way. And so to acknowledge their contribution and thank them, I'm going to ask you to do a few things now. First, I'd like to ask all of the new graduates, because that is what you are now, to please stand. Now, I want you to place your testamers on the seats behind you and turn around to face your family, friends and supporters and give them a hearty round of applause. Thank you. You can turn around now, but don't sit down just yet, because up here on the stage are representatives of our academic staff who have supported you throughout your journey. Please also join me in thanking them. Graduates, please now remain standing, but please do now pick up your testamers, because we're not going to give you another one if you leave it behind. Very soon the official party will leave the graduation hall, followed by you, the graduates. And as we do, our organist will play the traditional recessional music of graduation that has been played at ceremonies like this for centuries. There is an age-old set of Latin lyrics which begins Gaudeamus igitur dum sumus juvenis. In translation, the graduation exit song starts out, "Therefore let us rejoice, we will always be young." So again, to our newest graduates of Macquarie University, my warmest congratulations and every best wish for futures filled with success, satisfaction and happiness. Now could I ask everybody else in the hall to also stand? Shortly, I will lead the official party out of the hall, followed by the graduates, and then followed by everybody else. We invite all of you to join us for some light refreshments outside the graduation hall. So once again, I say, Gaudeamus igitur, therefore let us rejoice.